Hello and welcome. Today's video is the fifth in a series that I'm doing relating to our road trip that we went on from the Salt Lake City, Utah area to the Orlando, Florida area in our 2015 Tesla Model S 85D with my family of 5. If you want to see any of the prior videos to today, I will put a playlist right here that you can click on and go back and review those videos. In today's video, we're going to be going from the house we're staying in Orlando, Florida, out to the Atlantic coast. We happen to go to New Smyrna Beach in this case. I still wanted to go over this video today, even though it's fairly short compared to my prior ones, just because there are still some logistics and I wanted to show you more what a regional trip might look like in the car. And I'm still going to be going over the Tesla-Fi data so that you can see specifically the details of what the car did and how it performed with its energy efficiency and the like. So let's get started. Are you excited to go to the beach?
Yeah, but I'm doing the thing Claire is doing.
Are you excited to go to the beach?
Yeah.
It's gonna be so much fun, huh? It is now the day after Christmas and our plan is to go to the beach today. So we're going to New Smyrna Beach and I have routed us to the beach over here. And you can see roughly where we are over here. And it's estimating that we'll get there with 60% battery. And that round trip will be 23%. Looking at the Tesla-Fi data here, you can see I was at 88% when I started it charging, thinking I was going to go to 100%, which would have taken about an hour and a half to do. But then decided not to do that because it was unneeded and I didn't want the battery to be staying at 100% state of charge for a couple of hours, which potentially was going to happen. So I stopped it when it was at 94%, and it was charging at 86% efficiency in that case, and it consumed 5.5 kilowatt hours from the home that we were plugged into. Over here it shows that I was charging at 32 amps, and that's because I was plugged in with the mobile charger into a NEMA 1450 outlet, but it was on a 40 amp breaker, and per electrical code you shouldn't pull more than 80% of a circuit's maximum amperage for a continuous load anyway. So I moved it down to 32 amps to be safe there, and that's how that charging went that morning. As an update, we're on our way to New Smyrna Beach. We are at 76% battery. If you look down here, you can see the graph shows we're about halfway there. We will arrive with 62% battery. We have 2 of the 3 kids asleep at this point. What are you doing, Lucy? You're looking at the sky through the window, or through the ceiling?
Yeah.
How do you like the sky?
Some of the clouds are moving.
Some of the clouds are moving?
Yeah.
That's cool. 14 minutes to arrival, and you can see this is where we are. Everything is tracking good, and all 3 girls are asleep. We're here. We've arrived. There's the ocean. Are you so excited, girls?
Uh-huh.
This is the place where we ended up parking.
We are not going in the ocean because, yes, we are.
Right near the
No, we are.
Ocean Club at Turtle,
Because we are going
whatever that is.
the
The Tesla-Fi data for that drive out there is broken up into a couple of different segments. So initially we drove from the address that we were staying at over here to a Subway. We didn't go to Subway, we just happened to stop there to wait for another vehicle. But we drove for an hour and a half to get out to that point, and we were driving at 86.7% efficiency. Then we drove from there over to the beach area, and that's what this is, just a short 11-minute drive at 83% efficiency. And then we drove again along that beach, just finding a parking spot, and that was a 7-minute drive at 107.8% efficiency.
Yep, this is our first time seeing the ocean.
It's your first time seeing the ocean?
Yeah!
All right, we're here at New Smyrna Beach. The kids have never been here before, and so they're super excited. And so we're gonna go walk into the water all at the same time together as a family for the first time.
Ocean, Lydia! All the way, getting away!
Lydia, turn around so the camera
Did that surprise you?
Taking me to shore.
Don't wash your way to the ocean.
It felt like you were taking me to the shore.
Are you girls cold? Yeah, a little bit cold. What are you finding, Lucy? Shells? Can I see what you have? Wow. Oh, it crumbled. Lydia, are you having fun? Great. Did you make that? Lucy did some of it? It looks great. Hey, Lydia. Hi. What do you think of the ocean? Are you really cold? Yeah. The ocean's a little bit colder than you expected, huh? But in the summertime, it's way warm here. It's just we're here in the winter. But it's a lot warmer here than it is at our house. Because our house, there's snow on the ground. All right, we're done with the beach. What did you girls think?
Did you like it or did you love it?
I like it.
It's a little on the cold side, huh?
I did not.
Yes, you did.
You had a lot of fun, Lucy, but you got cold, huh? Yeah. What did you think?
I loved it.
I loved it.
I loved it more than Lydia.
I loved it. It was a fun adventure and definitely beats hanging out in the snow at our house, which we do all the time. So it's a fun change of scenery. We were planning on going just back to our house, but we were passing a Supercharger here. So we figured we might as well stop and check it out and get a little bit of extra charge so that we can charge less at the house we're staying at. So right now we're at 28% battery and we'll just pick up a little bit here, maybe go up to 50. It's hard to say for sure what we're gonna do, but we thought we'd check it out anyway. Have some fun. Girls, what do you think? Are you having fun playing with your books?
Yeah.
That segment driving from the beach over to the Supercharger was an hour and 3 minutes, or 56 miles, and we drove at 79% efficiency. This Supercharger is fairly full, and it looks like we've gotten as high as 74 kilowatts. And so it's estimating 50 minutes to get up to 90%, but we'll probably only stay here for 15 minutes or so. Just get enough to give us some additional buffer. We might go down to the Disney World area this evening, and we just wanted to make sure we have some extra buffer just in case our plans change. So no good reason other than that. We thought we'd just get off the freeway and check out this Supercharger, and then we'll continue on our way. One feature that I wanted to show that is related to tolls, and you can see we're routed here already, and if we tap on that gear and we go down here and say to avoid tolls, you'll see it actually updates the route immediately. So you can see it just changed the route, and now it's estimating a 53-minute drive, and so we can come in here and turn on the avoid tolls again, and then you'll see up here that the route changes, and now it's estimating 41 minutes. So that is a useful feature when you're in an area like Florida where they have a lot of tolls. You can see what your options are for paying for a faster route, potentially if it saves you time and you feel like that price is worth it. The stats for that Supercharger stop is that we were there for a total of 16 minutes and we went from 28% to 50% battery, and the charge efficiency was 97.8%. This is often closer to 100%, but we were sitting in the car the whole time, so the HVAC blower was going, and who knows, whatever electronics we were consuming with the screens being on and whatnot. If we had wanted to stay there to go up to 90%, it would have been a 50-minute charge. But as we were there charging, another car came up and started waiting because all of the charger stalls were full, and we knew we didn't really need a charge per se, so we pretty much just unplugged at that point and continued on our way. The driving segment from that Supercharger to our destination was 50 minutes, and we drove for 27 miles. We used up 28 rated miles, so that's a 94% efficiency, which was really high. That's the highest on this trip potentially, and that was 322 watt-hours per mile. When we got to our destination, we of course plugged in at the house we're staying at. The car ended up charging from 39% to 90%, and it did it in 5 hours and 9 minutes. Used up about 40 kilowatt hours of the from the home that we were staying in. Charged at 97% efficiency. It had originally estimated 5 hours and 20 minutes of charge time, so it was pretty accurate. Looking at our complete route for the day, we left a different way than we came back, and so that's why there's a loop over here. We were just experimenting with the routes and the tolls, and otherwise the whole route here was exactly the same as it would be in any car. We didn't have to alter our plans for charging at all. Looking at the overall stats for the day, we drove 165 miles. We used up 194 rated miles, which is an efficiency of 85%. We drove for 3.5 hours, and we used up 59 almost kilowatt hours, and that's a watt hours per mile of 355, and it was 75 degrees on average throughout the day. The one Supercharger that we stopped at, we acquired 16 kilowatt hours, and that is 55 rated miles, or 16 minutes that we were there charging. And then we added 43 kilowatt hours at the home, and that's combined morning and evening, but mostly in the evening. And that's 49 rated miles, and then we charged for almost 6 hours throughout the day, but mostly that was the evening time when we arrived back at the house. I hope that was helpful, seeing how well the Tesla performed going out to the beach today. In my next video, I'm going to be posting about the trip that we went on to a zoo south of Orlando a bit, and we also went to the Disney area for a little bit in a hotel there. And so the video after that, I'm going to be starting to post about the trip back home, where we go through Phoenix, Arizona, and then back up. And so if you would like to see additional videos relating to our trip and how well the Tesla performed, click the subscribe button down below, click the bell icon and change it to all, and then you will make sure and get notified about every video that I post. If you have any questions, feel free to post them in the comments below, and I will answer them in the comments, or potentially answer them in my next video. And with that, thanks for watching and have a great day. Bye.